Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for joining me today. It is an absolute scorcher out. It's about 90. It's at the kind of overcasty now. Sun's about to go down. I got about 2 hours left, so if I can't get done what I want to do today, I'm going to come out tomorrow morning, try to beat the heat. This week it's going to be in the hundreds here in Tennessee, so brought some crankbaits, brought some flukes. We're going to see what I can get a bite on. So I'm gonna mess around and hopefully catch some fish. But thanks for joining me, guys. All right guys, we are gonna start out with our old Bandit. Probably my all-time favorite diving crankbait. I believe this one is 4 to 8 feet, that is. Had to adjust our castability. I know we can get further than that. This is an outstanding cranking rod. I used to do all my cranking on glass, and I still do use glass rods for a lot of cranking. However, the Loomis IMX Pro crankbait one is graphite, and it's just a fantastic rod, guys. Alright, so we'll ease up on our brakes just a little bit. A little better. I think we can do better than that though. Good fish. Really? Alright guys, I haven't caught one of these in a while. I do have some grubs I could throw on if that's what we're going to be getting on. Pretty crappie hitting that Bandit 200, man. That's what I'm talking about. Absolutely gorgeous crappie. First fish. Alright guys, our first little fish right here. Good looking crappie on that crankbait. Did not expect that, but I'm taking whatever is biting. It is scorching out here, my friends. I plan on fishing till sunset, so it gives me a couple hours, but I did bring some frozen water bottles. Hopefully that's gonna help me out, but really good looking fish. I'm gonna get her back in. Good fish. There's one.
Okay.
Alright guys, here's a nice one. A little tiny one. Really aggressive, just completely choked that Swimmin fluke. Get him back in. Thanks, buddy. Well, this turned out to be quite the evening, guys. A lot more productive than I thought. This is what I'm working with right now. It's a Swimmin Superfluke Junior, featured on my channel a bunch. Probably my all-time #1 confidence bait. I got that on an 1/8 ounce Jighead with a Sickle type hook, and we were running 8-pound Fluorocarbon. Now, if you fish in an area like I do, and you got this riprap, it's really a blessing. If you're not fishing it and you're kind of limited to the bank, you ought to start. It just, especially fishing a paddle tail or a bait like this, even a square bill, running it around, it's going to mimic those minnows that kind of just stack up, that bait that stacks up on these rocks and moves back and forth through it. And a lot of the time you're going to find bass hanging out there. Also, running a jig head like this, running a paddle tail with an exposed hook, anything that bites you, you're probably going to hook up. Yeah, there we go. Wow. How about the timing on that, guys? There we go. It's another pretty one. Okay, a white. Stellar. Starting to see a little more of these lately. And this is a bait that they absolutely love. It's my all-time favorite white bass bait. Good looking white bass on, guys. Look at those yellow eyes. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, buddy. Thank you. Camera was running this time. Anyhow, let's get back to it, my friends. I love when I'm trying to explain something, I end up catching a fish. Like I was saying, that the exposed hook, yeah, you can lose fish that way and you can snag up a little bit more, fishing with that smaller hook does, you know, run the risk of losing some of these bigger fish, but I find it to be pretty productive for me, and I don't have to worry about driving a big old EWG through plastic into their mouths. Good fish. Oh yeah. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, redemption. Yes, guys. Alright. Perfect hook set too, man. Well, he pretty much did it for himself, but get this out of here. Oh goodness, what have I done? Alright, look at that beauty. Oh, look at that tail. Ouchies. Nice. Good looking fish. Alright guys, got my camera kind of sideways, so I'm leaning with the can. Check out this guy. Beautiful, putting in work, putting up a nice fight. Kind of a redemption. I caught one I didn't have on camera. Maybe I'll show that footage at the end or something, but real nice little largemouth right here. Tail's a little scuffed up, but I'm gonna keep on keeping on. Just work with the rest of the daylight we have. It's turning out to be a pretty solid day for about 90 degrees out, my friends. All right, we're gonna throw a couple more and then we're out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hey, what's up my dudes? I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I had a great time making it as always. I got that boy Marsy Mars in the house. What's up, Mars dog? How you doing, buddy? His eyeballs popping out his head right now. As soon as I mention his name, thinks he's gonna get a treat or something. Anyhow, guys. So I filmed this about 2 weeks ago. We were dealing with 95 to 100 degrees heat out here in Tennessee, and I did not have confidence whatsoever in making these videos. I didn't think it would work out. I have another one I haven't put out yet. I haven't got around to editing yet. I had to get all that footage together where I do something pretty similar. I think it was like 2 days later or something like that. I ended up catching some fish on it as well. So eventually I'm gonna put that out. But I went out there, I needed something I could count on. I figured I'd throw a little yin and yang to kind of best of both worlds. So I wanted to do some cranking. Brought out my all-time favorite crankbait, the Bandit 200 series, and I do really like this color. Fortunately, I don't have any of the packaging left. I think I brought a handful of these guys and I lost the majority of them, which is kind of what turned me away from cranking. Before I get into that, this is like a balsa type crank. It's got a beautiful paint job on there. I love the bill. I absolutely love the hooks. It gets them. It gets bit in my area. I used to fish a ton of crankbaits, guys, and ended up just finding out this was the most reliable crankbait for me. This was the one that just really worked in my area diving wise. I got total, when it gets to square bills and liplesses, I have a whole another arsenal I'll talk about. When we come fall, come winter, what I do is I fish a lot of crankbaits, a lot of spinner baits, a lot of jerk baits, but I wanted to make a little appearance, do some cranking, do something different because I've been fishing so many plastics this summer. But I ended up catching a nice crappie. I was pretty happy about that, guys. I don't really fish a lot of these because they're so expensive, you know. I mean, you think $7.99 for a crank isn't that expensive. The fact is, I bring out at least 8 when I'm having an 8-hour day of fishing, and majority of the time I'll lose all those in a few hours. That's just how it goes, especially with the diving crankbaits for me. I don't know what's down there. I don't know if I'm gonna get snagged on rocks. There's a lot of catfish dudes who leave heavy old braid or, you know, 50-pound mono down there snagged up at the bottom of the river. I hook on that and I'm just, it's done, you know, and it gets extremely frustrating and extremely expensive fishing them, though they are just superior and like crazy effective in my area. Anyhow, guys, I've kind of figured out the pattern. I figured out that, yeah, it was low light and they were still running the rib wrap. So ended up throwing out the old Superfluke Junior, Swimmin Superfluke Junior. My all-time favorite tattletale. Probably have more videos on this on my channel than any other bait. I'm absolutely crazy about it. I usually got a pack with me if I'm concerned about catching fish, I will throw one of these and I will more than likely get bit on it. And if I don't get bit, I know they're not biting anything, but absolutely phenomenal bait. Two great baits, man. I rate both of them 10 out of 10. Absolutely love them. I did rig that up on a 1/8 ounce jig head, and typically how I like to fish them. So gear wise, let me show y'all what I was working with. So like I said, as we transition into fall and winter, I'm going to be doing a lot of cranking. I'll show y'all more. I'll talk more about my cranking setups and stuff. But for this one, I was throwing my Loomis IMX Pro crank rod, which is a 7.6 moderate fast action rod. I pair that with a Bantam and I run 12-pound fluorocarbon on it. I just love the Bantam. It's extremely reliable reel, and I can count on it to just take whatever beating I'm going to throw at it. This one is in 7:1 gear ratio. Typically I like to throw a 6, but I can get away with that 7.1 just a-okay. This is my other cranking setup actually. I use this for a little bit bigger cranks. It's a 7.4 medium heavy moderate action. It's a glass rod, so that Legend Glass by St. Croix, which is absolutely stellar. And I got that paired with a Corrado 150 MGL, and that's in 6.2x1. This is a medium heavy as well. Typically what I like to do, I think I have 14 pound on this bad boy right now. Anyhow, I was using the 742 Charlie, that Dobyns Champion HP Extreme, my all-time favorite rod right there, paired with the Metanium shallow spool and 8-pound fluorocarbon for my fluking. So anyhow guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I got a couple other ones I got to get together, got to edit for y'all and get out there, but I got some interesting baits too, some real cool creature baits I've been throwing around. They've just been working miracles for me, but I'm so excited for fall, that fall bite, guys. Absolutely can't wait. Anyhow guys, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and get some good fish on, my friends. I will see you next time.